So I'm here with Scottish rapper AmRaivis. How you doing today?
I'm cool. How are you doing, bro?
Definitely. Are you in Scotland right now?
Yeah, I'm here in beautiful Edinburgh.
Definitely. What is it like in Scotland? I've never been.
It's beautiful. I really suggest coming here. I really do. The weather's it can change. I'd actually prefer if you came in summer so that it represents well.
Oh man, I'm definitely gonna put it on my travel list. Like, I a big fan of Shakespeare. They have like, Macbeth. He was the king of Scotland. Like, Denzel Washington did that movie recently with where he was Macbeth. Are you into Shakespeare? Or are you familiar with it?
Yeah, I'm familiar with quite a lot of Shakespeare's work. Shakespeare quite interesting. Um, in truth, like we study that at school here.
Definitely. Where do you go to school? What are you studying? Like, what college are you at?
I was studying.
Okay.
Um, basically, I done a construction course for 3 years. By the end of it, I should have been like I should be on out on building sites, but I decided to pursue my music and just enjoy myself.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, what was the influences of hip hop, like, being from Scotland, like, are there Scottish rappers like, that you were inspired by? Were you inspired by like American hip hop?
I was inspired by the whole, just everything. Just you've got American hip hop, you've got KRS-One, Run DMC, Onyx, Tribe Called Quest. You've got British musicians. You've got like Akala. Obviously, today's time you've got people like Bugsy Malone. Back then, you had So Solid Crew. You had great musicians here in Scotland. To be honest, I'm one of the only rappers, and out of all of them, like I'm the youngest.
Yeah,
Like there's only like 5 or 10.
right. I haven't like, been familiar like with many Scottish rappers. I know a lot of like different like UK rappers, like, Stormzy and people like that. You know, do you feel like, why isn't hip hop like taking on like, in like Scotland? I don't even think of like a place like where rappers come to tour necessarily. I'm sure they do. Like I've seen like a lot of the groups you name, like Onyx and stuff like live, what rappers come and tour in Scotland, and how is like the hip hop scene?
Oh, to be honest, there is no hip hop scene. We've had people like Eminem come here and like, artists like that. Apart from that, like, you've got 50 Cent. Just, there's not really much of a scene, but it's okay. I don't perform.
Yeah, like like one of the things I think is interesting is like, that overseas, like a lot of like hip hop artists that aren't really like big here, they do like maybe like mid-sized venues, sometimes places with 500 people, and then like, they could go over to like overseas, and like, they'll be able to, sell out like, arenas or whatever, do like multiple arena shows. I know in Scotland they have the Hampton Park Arena. You said like Eminem, like who's some hip hop artists you've seen live?
I've seen 50 Cent, Eminem, and to be honest, when it comes to hip hop, that's it. Like that's really it. Like I've not really watched many. I've not got a massive opportunity to do so unless I go to like England, go to London. But I don't really fancy doing that. I like just focusing on my own craft, just making connections.
What is there? Do you like record on your own devices, like, or do you go to studios? Because like, since there's not a hip hop scene, does it make a difference? Like, finding like, a studio to record at?
Oh no, 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 not at all. Any studio and every studio, like they'll do that. Like everyone enjoys rap, everyone enjoys hip hop. It's just people here don't actually make rap very often. You know what I mean? Like you've
Yeah.
got some people where they try to make like what they do is they just they make some braggadocious songs and then after two, three songs they fade and it's a cycle.
Yeah, I was listening to the new song you recently dropped, and can you tell me a little bit about it? It says it was like released on legit official records. Is that like, your own like label? Like that's the brand. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So basically, my record label, or soon to be, you're the first one to hear this, so like this is for you. But legit official records.
What's it like being a rapper in Scotland?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, well, the good news is because I'm one of the like only ones here. Everyone's quite supportive. That's like one of the greatest news. So when it comes to like songs, videos, it's easy enough to attract crowds. I wish there was more people that I could work with, more work to collaborate with. So I'd like to advertise more, do more on the whole scene, so that maybe I could attract more artists to start doing it, just like what other artists done with me.
Definitely, is there any American artists that you like to collaborate with?
Oof, how many? How like name a number?
Five.
Five of all time or just now?
Yeah, all time.
Of all time, artists that I would like to collaborate with from America of
Yeah,
all time.
but they got to be living.
Ah, they got to be alive.
Yeah.
Okay, you've just made that question really difficult. They got to be alive. Okay, so I like wordplay. I really care about lyrics. That's really important for me. So I'd say lyrically, of course you've got amazing musicians. You've got people like Eminem. You've got like KRS-One. That
Yeah.
is definitely an artist. That is for sure. Um, so we've got Eminem, KRS-One. This is really, really difficult because it's like there's so many artists that I would actually love to work with, but it's hard because I don't want to leave anyone out at the same time. You know what I mean? Shout out to everyone. Um, Before I say this, like literally, let me shout out a couple just so that other people, like, you know what I mean? Like, for example, you've got like Wiz Khalifa, Snoop Dogg. I'd love like 50 Cent. Like, I'd love like their music. Um, I'd love to collaborate with them. I wouldn't put them in the top. Yeah, I'd say definitely Eminem, KRS-One. Actually, do you know when it comes to this? I actually kind of feel like I'd make quite a good song with NF. I don't know, like that's like quite a new musician. I don't know if you know who that
Oh,
is.
yeah, yeah. I'm
I'd
familiar.
enjoy making a song with him just because of his energy. Hmm?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's dope, man. Like,
Yeah,
it is so many incredible artists. Like, man, I would pick Millie's, Joyner Lucas, Russ, Nicki Minaj, mm, Doja Cat, man. Yeah, that would be my five.
oh, okay. Well, since I've got two more, I'd say Missy Elliott. Since we're talking about females, like for some reason, it's like shout out to the G's, shout
Yeah,
out to all
Missy
the
Elliott is great. Yeah, like she's great. Yeah, yeah, that's dope. Yeah, that's a good pick.
yeah, she's insane. She's actually amazing. And to be honest, Kendrick Lamar, that's my last one.
Oh yeah, that's great, man. Like, what do you think about like, the recent beef with like Kendrick Lamar, Drake? You feel Kendrick Lamar won that beef?
I feel like it's still ongoing. I feel like yeah, I respect both sides. Obviously shout out to Drake. Drake's an OG. Kendrick, he's an OG in his ways. You know what I mean? He's like an amazing. He's an amazing rapper. He's like heavy lyrical. I think he's on the winning side. It's just Kendrick and they're from two different generations. If you know what I mean, it's like Drake. He's like an old school. Like Drake's on the he started in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Kendrick, he's like kind of newer.
I mean, like, Drake definitely has had a 15-year run, at the top. I feel like, because of that, he gets a lot of resentment. I think like, but what Kendrick did on this is not like us. And, just like the ability of that record, like, to I feel kind of like making you look at Drake in a different light. I felt like he did like, as far as like, like when you talk about like beefs and like battle rap and, isn't the whole point of it to make it like, dislike the person where it's like, 50 Cent, the way he did Ja Rule, like when he was like, doing Wankster. And so, yeah, man, I feel like Kendrick won that beef. Like, I'm a Drake fan. I love Drake. I think like Drake is probably like one of my favorite artists. Like, just as far as like the music that he's made, like, so he's an incredible artist, man. What's next for you? You got any plans to release any more music?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Um, there will be new stuff. Actually, I have a new song dropping on Tuesday. I'm not like I'll give you a shout. Hopefully, it'll
Yeah.
you'll support it, like your people. Uh, I'm really just gonna focus on. I have hundreds of songs, but I'm really focused on the video part now. Just
Oh,
releasing more videos. So basically, I have so many songs, and I don't really do very many videos. I normally choose to make videos with like lyrics, so I want to have some fun with it now. I
is,
think it's time.
is there a big like, film scene like in Scotland? I know a lot of people go there to shoot films. Is it easy to find like a music video director? Because I feel like in some places, like even here in the US, like if you wanted to shoot a music video, it would be hard to find like a videographer sometimes with experience. Obviously, people could do stuff like on their iPhones and, you know, um, like just get a camera, but like, finding somebody who's like a real professional, it's like, how easy is that in Scotland?
To be honest, I'm in the right circle. Like
Yeah.
I've been very lucky. Like I said, like there's not very many rappers from like where I am in Scotland, but I am very, very fortunate. The people that I'm around, like yeah, that's all I can say. Just wait and see for future projects.
Show, man. I definitely enjoyed talking with you. Definitely love to have you back, man. Thank you so much for taking all the time.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Most definitely. Anytime, bro.